This is Tennyson E Stead, writer and director of Quantum Theory and a number of other 8-sided films, founder of the company, here with another 8-sided blog, and today I'm going to talk about an element to any successful arts career that I haven't gotten into yet, which is the element of belief. Our job as artists and as content creators is to see the things that either other people aren't noticing or to see the things that nobody else can see and to bring them to life in one way or another. Bring them to the attention of people so that they can have that experience in common and so that they can be challenged and delighted and inspired by it. So, it's very important as artists that we be believers. And that can mean a number of different things. But for me, it sort of boils down to two really simple categories. It is really important for me to believe in myself and to believe in the people around me, because if I don't believe in myself and if I don't believe in the people around me, then my goals go from very unlikely to impossible. And so how do I cultivate that belief? Very simply, I make sure on any given day that I am turning into the person who is going to be able to do the things that I need to do in a timely fashion. I make sure that my personal growth and my personal development, that my creative growth and my creative development, and that my growth and development as a leader, that all of these things are happening on a timetable where if and when I get lucky and I start achieving my goals much faster than I think I will, that I won't be in a position where I'm not equipped to handle the challenge. I make sure that I'm in front of the curve every day. Every single day. And I find new ways of doing that all the time. So, when it comes time for me to face the challenges that I need to be facing, when a challenge comes up that scares me or frightens me, I know that I'm somebody who finishes what I start. I know that I'm somebody who can be relied upon to overcome these kinds of things, and I know that most of the preparation is already done. And that puts me in a position where believing in myself is a relatively easy thing to do. It's hard won, it's labor intensive, but it takes one element of stress off the table. And when it comes to believing in the people around me, I just make it a point to surround myself with people who do the same thing, who are constantly challenging themselves to elevate their work and to elevate themselves as people. So when I face challenges with them, I don't have to worry about whether or not they're prepared, and I don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to do the work. And all of the incidental stuff, all of the things that trouble filmmakers along the way, all the insecurities about whether or not we're good enough in our craft, whether or not we're going to finish what we start, all those little things, they've already been handled along the way, because in the process of elevating my craft, I've finished lots of projects in the course of, embracing the challenges that I've embraced up until now as a filmmaker and as a person. I've climbed walls that are higher than I thought I could climb. So now I know that much higher, that's okay. You see what I'm saying? So I have a good sense of my envelope of growth. I know what I'm capable of learning and how fast I'm capable of learning it. Failure also is a big part of that process, because believing in myself in part is a question of making sure that I'm giving myself challenges that I can achieve. So you start to learn your envelope for growth through success and failure and through the process of self-development. That's a big part of earning belief in yourself. Okay? At least for me. The other half of it, the ability to observe things that other people can't observe, either because it's too fine a detail for them to notice, or because, let's say a photographer is taking pictures because they find certain textures beautiful and this and that, or you're creating worlds that other people just don't know and don't understand, whatever the case may be. That ability to observe and that ability to pay attention to our senses, even when our senses are telling us things that we know other people would have a hard time noticing or a hard time accepting. Our ability to embrace the part of ourselves that sees those things for what they are, whatever they may be. That's something that we have to practice and hone. That's something we have to devote ourselves to, and it's something we have to learn to trust by embracing the possibilities that those observations present to us time and time again. We have to make sure that when those observations happen, that we pay attention and that we're respectful of them, and that we take note of them, and we don't sit there and tell ourselves we're wrong for noticing these things just because other people don't see them. And if you spend, a good part of your life developing those kinds of senses, if you learn not to second guess yourself when you observe something, if you learn instead to accept your observations for what they are at face value, then you become more valuable as an artist, and you start to use this craft and these leadership skills and whatever else you might be developing for the sake of communicating these observations to a larger world, so that other people can see how you saw it, so other people can make the same observation by following in your footsteps. And that puts you in a position where your art starts to matter to other people, and where you are giving people the chance to develop themselves and grow through having experienced your creations, whatever they may be, whether it's a photograph, whether it's a movie, whether it's a play, whether it's a painting, whether it's music, it doesn't matter. That's the skill set of belief. And if we learn to believe in ourselves, and if we learn to believe in the people around us, and if we learn to believe in the observations that we're making and the unlikely details that we find in the world and the universe around us, then that belief becomes the foundation for everything that we communicate and everything that we share and everything we have to offer. And so it's our job to be believers, and that's how I am a believer. I think that's probably going to wrap it up for this 8-sided blog. If you like these videos, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. The subscribe button is right at the bottom of this little window that I'm talking in, and as we go into production on quantum theory, and as we go into pre-production on quantum theory, there's going to be a lot more to watch coming out of the 8-Sided Films channel. So give us a subscribe and follow along as the films develop. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.